Hello everyone, my name is Viet Anh. I'm the co-founder and design principal of TA Landscape Architecture Vietnam. Today it is my honor to present with you all one of my theme and my design philosophy for our design firm. My presentation name Nature Architecture in the Era of Artificial Intelligence. People all know about the rising of AI recently, and it has been told that AI will affect all the future of humankind. Yuval Noah Harari, a famous, well-known novelist, historian, and in his presentations, he has talking about risk of AI. He raised a question: will AI create useless class of people? Uh, the point of view of Just Breza from Lenzing, uh, he said that we know by now that AI is not just another technological milestone, such as the web, print, photography, internet, and so on. It's the next big thing since the taming of fire. What will happen to the profession of landscape architecture? Because as we all know that landscape architecture was born as the humans react to the industrial revolution in the last century, when the environment become rocks for everybody. Is it the time for us as landscape architects to rethink about our ethical role in the human society in the era of artificial intelligence? I think most of the landscape architects can agree with each other on the motivation of landscape architecture lies in its living components. And landscape architecture champions the slow motion of evolving. Landscape architecture cherishes the circle of life as the eternal rule and the true sustainable way of living together. All of these values will it be affected by AI? Another image I would like to present is the tree of voice in the film Avatar. Is a message about the power of nature as the way of people to cherish the nature, the natural rule, the universe rules of the nature is everything outside, in which people or humankind is just only one creature of the mother nature. We call that nature architecture to deal with the artificial intelligence. Let's take a look back. Like the other animal species, people in the prehistoric marked their existence and territory by landmarks. These marks on the land are the first landscape architectures in history. This is the basic activities of people to mark their living, to mark their existence, and to mark their understanding about the nature. People express their universe understanding and celebrate them by their man-made feature on surface of the earth, which is now called landscape architecture. You may see the dolmen. Uh, People used to search for shelter, for architecture to preserve and protect themselves from the vast nature where there is a lot of the power that's stronger than each person's in the past. Like in their own painting, it's really hard to find the architecture feature within such a vast nature. But then, right now, what we have, when now people have a lot of shelter, a lot of buildings, and people are trying to trace back to their basic instinct with the greenery, with the nature within such deserts of buildings. That is the chance for landscape architecture as the very basic and fundamental role to the human society. Let me express this quote within the balance. When the nature is the dominance the world, human trying to live and trying to create more and more shelter, buildings and architecture. But right now, when the humans become the top of the food chains and affect all kind of the world and make a lot of the disappear of species in the world, it's the time to think about the balance of landscape architecture. Landscape architecture, the main role is to balance the humans and nature, the human culture and the nature diversity, which we call to express our landscape architecture design philosophy is nature architecture. Back to AI. The fundamental approach of landscape architecture is feeling and emotion of people and communities, but with artificial intelligence. It is it is really nonsense. So again, our motivations of our practice TA landscape architecture is to champion the pathway that we call nature architecture. And in this presentation, I would like to narrate four of the story of our nature architecture. The very first one, very small, the Nguyễn Huệ pedestrian boulevard bench. When we renovate pedestrian street in the city center of Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. This is the very big center piece in the core of the cities, and is the main place for people to gather in any kind of events of the cities. This is the existing condition before our solutions. With all kind, they have greenery, they have the decorate pavement, but actually, you may say there is a bench, but the group of people are not accept to sit on this bench, and the other kind of facility is not well arranged, adapt with the needs to people. A lot of problems in the daylight with a lot of heat on the pavement and trees. So our solution is to eliminate the tree pot and champions the existing tree home and expand them with the solution to have a more new greenery to create the effect of prospect and refugees to the space. And then we try to arrange different kind of modules to create the diverse arrangement of space that champions the community and the personal enjoyment in the space. And this is the design. We don't build anything, we just put it on the surface, and it may create such a space that champion not only the personal needs of sole persons, but also the group of people and a lot of people in any kind, and also prevents the people, the pedestrian within the space from the vehicle from outside. And we try to arrange the all of the bench along the tree hole to let the water can pouring into the ground to create a diverse bench. And this is the design and the things I would like to talking about, not only the architecture but also the nature. This is the image that take from the time, the normal daily life when people together in the space. You may see the group and the personal, they can have their own space to champions and enjoy their life, their public life in the space. The things that cannot be happens, not only the daily life but also the night life. The people in Ho Chi Minh City still find their own place, their own space within the new design integrate with the bench. A group of people, the sole persons, they can have their own enjoyment with music themselves, himself or herself. They may join with the other friends with the new stage created by this bench. We call that the nature architect. And the next story I'd like to narrate with you all is another public space in Ho Chi Minh City. We call Mailing Circle. This is the birth eye views of the space before our renovations. You may see this is the cross of a lot of roads in the cities, and this space has already have the greenery with the statue with the water surface, but actually the quality of the public space is not good enough. This is the zoom in to the space. All of you can see that the poor quality of the water surface with the statue, and none of people can present in such a space like this, although they have own kind of feature of such a landscape project. With the site inventory, you may see most of this pavement, most of the surface, over 60% is the pavement. It's not good for the people to attract people to join in the space, and the pavement has been in poor qualities with a lot of barrier to the pedestrian. In comparison to the greenery and the trees, and most of the tree is the plants in the pots that creates the destroy to the pavement and a lot of water on the surface like you can see in the image. And one more thing, most of the opens of the space is directly from the road, with the zebra crossing is crossed and faced with the greenery barrier. It's not good for people to get in the space. So our solution to balance and renovate, revitalize this space is on paving, greenery, water, and lighting. From these situations, we keep the existing because this space is a kind of a spiritual space of the communities. So we try to keep everything as existing, and then we integrate with the new solution on the water surface with the greenery, with the tree pot and the pavement. This pavement has been taken from the traditional scarf to integrate in the pavement that we use, and we keep on the existing and add by put one more things like the bench, expand the bench with the tree pot, with the hole can let the water pouring out to the greenery in spite of on the pavement to keep everything clean. And this is the outcome. Uh, this is very small solution that with little care about the nature and people mind and community mind to ensure everything to be fit with the in balance with each other. And birds coming back to the place. All the historical and the time that existing in the space still there. The lightings, the Nutri-Port, and people coming back to the space. And the night light, also the way of people to gather in the city center with the light effect to ensure the safety, to ensure the aesthetic of the space. With the centerpiece of the statue of our general Trần Hưng Đạo, famous people in the historic. And for the water, we try to keep it balanced and clean by our solutions. And then you may see no water, no water pipe, no fountains, and we have a peacefully atmosphere that have all kind of water pouring and back to the city's statue. This is the second story. The third story is about the book street, another of our project in Ho Chi Minh cities. This space exists in the city centers next to the post office and the central cathedral and the district office of the district 1, the center of Ho Chi Minh cities. And space can be easily to connect with different convenience access nearby, and especially in this space there is a lush green space, and we have organized a series of bookshop and bookstore together with some other public facility like kiosks, children playground on a movable stage, and some display space. And all of these newly attacked against we place, we don't build to balance with the nature. And this is the diagram. You may see the back side with no door and the other side with some side door. We preserve the lush, beautiful lush green of the tree line, the tamarind trees. Office. And this is the image that shows all the aspect of this space. The great location, the beautiful greenery, special architectural heritage, but it's used to be the space for parking. So once again, we want to balance the nature and the new one. The heritage, we try to inherit the architecture detail into the new volume of a bookshop. This is 4 square patterns. We integrate not only on the plan but also on the elevations and on the isometric, all in square. And all of these square with the 2.25 meters on the plan and on the elevations, and we have the cubic balloons that integrate the solid and the transparent and the greenery on the top. And we keep all the existing tamarind trees with the solution because 2.25 is equivalent to the 3 hole of this space, and we can adapt to the situations. And this is the illustration when we place the new modules with the welcome canopies, with the service corridor, and with the opens to protect the people from the sunlight, the rain of Ho Chi Minh City, and still keep the existing pavement, buildings, and road as it is. And we optimize the book space when people can have the full view to the space of the books, and people can walk from space to space. It creates infinite book space, the new activities. And all cubic modules can divide into different kind of modules to fit with the situation, and all of them is prefabricated from the factory to create the potential once again to construct all these things just in 1 month. And this is some image that show the process of constructions from the existing to the new one. This is at the moment. This has become the public space that champions the urban life. A lot of people, different generation, different group of people can join in this space as the main space to celebrate the all kind of activities. Once again, for this, we have engaged on stakeholder to take care of our own aspect, political, legal, economical, technical, and social aspect. But we have the same motto, the final success with the nature, architecture, and communities. And the last story we're talking about the Golden Bridge, maybe the most well-known recently project in Vietnam. This is the existing nature of Dana Hills in 4 seasons in 1 day. French-style gardens nearby, and then they intend to expand with to the new other space. With the existing when we integrate the new solution in this space. For that, the most beautifully, the most value of the space is the lush green of the vast nature sea. So we think about the solution that led people to sharing the power of nature when they can fly like the fly come to the top of the trees to look down to the ground, to the delta, and to the river and to the sea. With the hands of the gods to create a new strip, a pathway for people easily to walk in. With this is all rendering we has done since the very first time, and you may see right now is in reality. The success of our office in this project is not only on the design. I strongly believe that the most important things to make this success is the power of the nature and the balance and the contributions of architecture in balance with nature. Once again, nature and architecture in balance is our motto, is our belief, the best pathway to practice landscape architecture now and forever. Thank you for listening.